Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to go through a money making method I think I've just found while doing a farming video. Now, I'm not sure what the farming video will be out by now, but basically what we were doing is the extra herb run, or farming run as I call it, I do after my herbs, which includes things like fruit trees, bushes and all that sort of stuff. And with the bushes, we were picking lychee. Now what lychee is, it's something you pick from bushes which is linked to Primal Pulp. So all these sort of fruits which give Primal Pulp, there's a few which are on the wiki in a minute. So we've got dragon fruit, avocado, CQ, mango, guarana, lychee, carambola and then golden dragon fruit. Each of these give a variety of primal fruit. Now the one I was concentrating on was lychee because I've just done that for a run. But there might be others which make just as much GP and can give us more primal fruit. So basically your level doesn't affect how much primal fruit pulp you get. It's dependent on the fruit you're going to pick. So if we were to crush something like a lychee, we're going to get 7 and the carambola is going to give us 6. Now what can affect this is the Herblore level afterwards, because your Herblore level depends how much primal extract you're going to get from each fruit. Now if you're level 90 herb, you're going to get 1 primal extract, to which point it's probably going to be even. At level 102, you can get 2 primal extracts, and at level 112 Herblore, you can get 3 primal extracts per pulp. Now, if we were to look at the price for primal extract, it might be a little bit cheaper in a minute because it's not a double XP. Double XP is linked quite a lot to the big boy potions and the big time XP. But a primal pulp there is 994 GP each. So if we work on the lychee for the point of this video, where we got 7 primal pulp, because we're going to work off it for a higher price. Now, because we're buying the lychee ourselves, again, carambola is a much better price, but at least with lychee, if we can prove lychee works, carambola will definitely work because we're only getting 1 less pulp. From each of these pulps, we're going to make 3 primal extracts because I'm 120 herb. So this means that we're going to make 21 primal extracts for each lychee we buy. So if I was just to prove this in the info, I get all my vials out. And again, this is what I would call a higher Herblore money making method, because you're definitely going to need a higher Herblore level to do it. So we're going to turn all these primal pulps. And again, things like wells and the brooch might have an effect on you making more of this. I'm not too sure. But if we were to change the price again, it's a little bit under med, so it's not ideal. But we're going to actually turn the investment we spent on that lychee, 7.5k, which is quite expensive, and a little bit over mid, to say the least. Like the mid price for lychee was something like 3k. We're going to turn that into 20k profit, and now it's just one invo. If we were to do multiple invos for a full hour, if we're making 20k a go on something which ain't going to take us a lot of time, you could be making upwards of a couple mil profit per hour, and that's buying lychee at a higher price. Now, if you were to do things like carambola, or to be fair, golden dragon fruit will give us 8. Let's see the price of that. That's 5k if I was to buy. No, so something like carambola is what I'd probably target because it's buying and it's at a lower price. Now, one thing we can also do as well is look at the price of a pulp. If we can buy this for a price, we can. We can buy this for 698 GP each, which saves us having to actually make the pulp. We can turn this into 3,000 coins here. We can also triple our investment, but also not have to spend anywhere near as much time putting the fruit into pulp. All we're simply doing is buying the pulp and then turning that into primal extract. And as you can see, like if we would sell that for 3k, we're making 2.3k per time doing it. And that can be a way for you to rattle off a lot of profit. Admittedly, you need a really high Herblore level. You need 112 to be able to do it. But at level 90, you can still make a couple hundred GP by doing it. And again, this is going to be linked to speed. If you can do enough of this per hour, and if you can turn enough primal pulp into extract per hour, you can make a couple of mil per hour by just doing that as well. And again, like a primal extract at the minute is quite low being on the GE, but if you were to be at a point where it's near double XP, a primal extract really goes up in price because it's linked to quite a lot of potions. Like it can definitely make some more GP, but that's a nice little money making method to know if you do have the Herblore level able to do it. Again, the pulp is something which I think is readily sold. So if we could just see if we could buy like a couple hundred, there you go. That's 500 instantly bought. And once you get the preset set up, you'll be able to fly through this and make it exceptionally quick. You only need 9 pulp per invo if you're level 112. It will all be about speed though. Speed is your friend with methods like this. Like the quicker you can get these invos done, the more profit you're going to be making per hour. So as you see, we are at the bank. If I throw those onto my action bar, and now you can do load last preset as well. It's even better and even quicker for us to be able to do it. We'll go and fill the invo out with Primal Extract. There you go. In each invo, you're making 20k profit, which don't seem a lot, but once you're moving quickly and cracking through them, I think when I was doing things like make leather, it worked out you could roughly do like 1,000 of these invos per hour, which could put you easily towards like 10 to 15 mil profit per hour if you wanted to do it. Obviously, with someone with 112 Herblore, I imagine there's going to be better ways for you to make profit. But if you're looking for something where you could just be stood at a bank, pay sort of minimal effort, all you're really paying attention to is when your sort of production bar is finished, and then just redoing it, it's something out there which is definitely a profitable method as well. If you're level 90 Herblore as well, it's definitely profit. It's not going to be a lot of profit. You're probably going to be looking about 270 GP in profit per Primal Extract. If you are level 102, which is probably the level I would suggest you doing it at, you're going to be making 1.2k per pulp, which is roughly going to be about like 12k per invo, which will stack up over time. Admittedly, like I would probably do something like this towards the start of a double XP or when a double XP is announced, because people will then have some form of need for Primal Extract because it goes into the Vaughn bombs, it goes into making like ×5 of all your top tier potions, and you need a Primal Extract to upgrade your potions as well. If you wanted to go from like Supreme Elders to Elder potions, you do need to use a Primal Extract. So it's got a need and it's got a demand. It can just be very up and down when needed as well to be able to do that. But again, it's just a little method I've found from doing this farm run. Is it going to break the bank? No, not really. I think with the requirements needed, there's going to be very much alternative methods. But can this be something which could absolutely spike if a brand new potion came in? If it's a double XP announced? If something's going to happen? Yes, because I just don't think enough of these sorts of Primal Extracts are around if the demand was really going to spike. For whatever reason that was anyway. But it was a little one I found during this farm run, and I thought it was a bit interesting to make a little bit more GP. Obviously, I know the levels are quite high to get it, but even like 90 or 102 Herblore nowadays, with the fact Herblore makes profit, can definitely be something you can get quite easily. And this could just be something which requires very little investment. You don't need a lot of money to get started with this, and you can just keep it rolling as and when you make more profit as well. But if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Any other of these like little things I find, I think is worth putting out on a video anyway, because it could appeal to 1 or 2 people, and it could definitely be something which works for them as well. But the farming videos, I would highly suggest you checking them out, because they're going to be ways for you to make something between 5 to 8 mil per day, probably spending 30 minutes of your game time, and can definitely be something which will either build your bank up like it has through mine in the past, or could definitely fund your account with Group Iron Man coming up as well. But if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.